this because I couldn't find any that necessarily on the face of it suited me. But if you research areas you're interested in, you might find some work. But if not, if an opportunity comes up and you think, I have some skills that apply to this, I reckon I'd be pretty good at this. Don't hesitate, just go for it. Apply, send in a CV. That's exactly what I did. And then I got a job in an area I never would have expected. And that's really useful. Consider your ethical requirements. This is a bit that you'll touch on in the course if you haven't already. Consider where you want to live, how you want to get to work, what do you want to do? Do you want to avoid specific areas of work because of moral obligations? Really highly consider that, because otherwise you won't be happy doing the work that you're doing. And then, don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. That's what I did. Many of those I've spoken to, including my own manager, have said, you don't necessarily need the experience to do what you do. You need to have the right work ethos and the confidence to be able to make it work. That's good. Find your balance. It might seem like there's quite a lot of pressure to find a job after you leave university. I felt that same pressure. I promise it's not as bad as that. Everyone around you might be getting jobs, and that's scary. But you don't have to push yourself. Find that balance, that work-life balance where you can take time to prioritize your university work, get that done, get rid of that stressful element, and in your own time, just spend, 15 minutes a day or a week or however long you want to, just applying to jobs or finding bits you're interested in or researching a role or researching a sector or connecting with people on LinkedIn. All of this is really useful and will help you gain this better insight into what you want to do. And it's great. And that really helped me. Shadowing and internships, they're useful. Definitely, if you get the opportunity, just ask someone from a company if you can shadow them for a day, see what they do. You might hate it, you might love it. You'll learn that either way, and then you know you don't want to do that or you do want to do that. Relax, communicate. Yeah, as I said, university is intense. Prioritize your studies. Make sure you take time to relax. Don't worry too much about work. I know that there's a bunch of those internships and a bunch of companies that will come in here saying, apply by January for our grad schemes. That's great because they're massively oversubscribed. There is loads of work out there. If you're looking at sectors you never even considered, like I did, then the workplace is massive and there's always going to be something that you'll be good at. Use the tools provided by the uni. So the CV checker, the interview tests that you get on the careers website, they were really useful. And again, they're really quick and easy to do, and they really help a lot. They help you in interview situations. You know what to say. You can go in with the right questions. Helpful. Every person has different values and interests and strengths. So if others around you are finding employment, good for them. Doesn't necessarily have to be your case. They might be doing something you're not interested in, or they might value something different. They might want to go and work in London, for example, and you don't want to, which is my case. I didn't want to work in London. But with that being said, it's worth talking to others. Express your interests, express your worries. Go talk to the careers team, because even if you're like, I know what I want to do, they can still help you find the best route to do it. So basically, to round off, this is a bit of a summary. Uni is a tool. It's testing, but it is a tool. So use it to hone your skill sets. Use this course to hone your skill sets. If you get the opportunities to do the things that you're skilled at, the things you think you can do well in this course, take that opportunity. You might find employment in areas you never considered, just like me. So expand your horizons. Take a look. You know what? I'd implore you to go and take a look at something which you think is boring, and I guarantee you'll find a role within that sector which interests you at least a small bit. You have time. Reach out of your comfort zone, try something new. Go try, public speaking if you don't like it, or go and try graphic design if it's not something you're normally good at. Give it a go, because I guarantee a lot of these skills will be useful in a workplace. Your role can provide you new skills you never realized you could learn. It's like me with my coding and spreadsheets. If you don't have everything done perfectly, most of the time that's fine. In a workplace, it's about learning. If they want someone senior and really advanced, then maybe not. But a lot of the time, these graduate jobs, these schemes, these jobs that you go into, you don't need to have these skills ready-made right away. You learn on the job. It's about how you learn. And uni shows that you can learn really well. And then, yeah, you have tons of support at the University of Southampton, so use it. Definitely make sure to use it, because I don't think I did enough. And then I regretted it. But the bits I did do, going and talking to the careers team, talking to Brian, hi Brian, that really helped. And that really put me in the good position where I could go and apply to work. And I got my job, and I'm now able to come back and talk to you about it. It's great. Cool. Thank you. Any questions? So I've been doing a lot of JSON coding at the moment. My plan is to learn a few more different systems off my engineering team when I get the time. Basically, the situation with the JSON coding came about because they were really busy. I had a complaint about one of our systems, and they went, you know what, this is definitely a good foundation to get you started. Why don't you give it a go? And I was like, okay, I'll do that. Gave it a go. Now I'm getting pretty good at it. Now I'm responsible for changing all those systems. So, yeah, very cool. Yeah, yeah. When I said I was thrown in, it felt like I was thrown in the deep end because it was something I wasn't used to. I definitely had the support around me, definitely had the training, but the best ways I found to learn were talking to the people around me, and they were all very cooperative and very helpful and very nice people, which is great. I know that not all workplaces will necessarily be like that, but it's about seeing what bits you can take from other people who know more about the role than you do. That really helps you when you're sort of getting to grips with this new atmosphere. I went in there straight out of university, hadn't sort of lived on my own. I'm now living with my partner, separate to my parents and everything, got a new flat, all of this stuff, all piled in at once on top of this new job in a sector I had no clue about. And the key ways I found to get used to it were to look at people with more experience and to learn from them. No problem. Any others? Yes. Not necessarily. My team is quite small. There's, I think, only the four of us in my team at the moment in that data team. So when I joined, it was sort of picking up different bits from all of them. My manager would sort of oversee a lot of it and would assign tasks to the other members of staff who had a bit more experience to sort of help me whilst they were doing their own work and to introduce me to principles and then to sort of let me do them, which is what felt like sort of being chucked in the deep end. But actually, that was extremely helpful. Had a lot of people around me, a lot of younger people as well, which was really helpful for me because I could really relate to them, knowing what they went through when they joined. Our team is still quite fresh. I don't think there's anyone in our team who's been there for more than a couple of years. And it was helpful to learn that way because it shows that you can pick up these skills quickly. You can see almost like a roadmap of where you want to get to. And that's really helpful. Yes. Yeah. It's a tough one really, because in a way I say I'm still sort of acclimatizing to it. I've been in my role for just over 4 months, which is not a lot of time. I've learned a lot in that time. But then I look at the people around me and they know still so much more than me. And, I aspire to get to that level. And I think like with learning these processes, there's never too much to learn. So I'd say I probably got, comfortable to work on my own and to do these things and to not ask them so many questions, probably after a couple of months. And now I'm in the position where people are asking me questions, which is quite nice because you're like, wow, I've done it. I know stuff. People are asking me for advice. That's cool. Cool. Great. Thanks, guys. Cheers.